As a C6 quadriplegic, this 32-year-old Californian is an unlikely sporting hero, particularly as his favourite sport is surfing. But a sporting hero is exactly what he's become. This man is Jesse Billauer, and this is his story. Growing up in California, Jesse enjoyed life to the full. He loved all sports, but it was when he first started surfing at 9 years old that he realised he'd found the love of his life. He set his mind on one day becoming a pro surfer. Jesse followed that goal and developed into one of the top 100 up-and-coming surfers in the US. His style was compared to that of Shane Dorian, earning him the nickname of Little Dorian, and a growing reputation amongst the surfing community.
I was on the road to becoming a really good professional surfer, and then obviously something happened that I didn't want it to happen, and I got hurt surfing. But I look at it, at least I got hurt doing something I love.
March the 25th, 1996, the day of Jesse's accident, was just like any other day. The then 17-year-old was out surfing before school at local break Zuma Beach.
All I could remember was, coming out of the barrel and the wave hit me in my back, and I went head first into the water, and I didn't know how shallow it was, so I didn't really put my hands up, and I hit my head on the shallow sandbar, and that's when my life changed.
Floating face down in the shallow water, Jesse couldn't move. He had to hold his breath and wait for a wave to turn him over so that he could call out to his friends for help. His friends pulled him from the water and laid him on the beach.
There I was, laying on the sand, looking up at the sky, and I knew something was wrong. I couldn't move, and all my dreams were flashing in front of my eyes. Like, I wanted to be that pro surfer. I wanted to be in that big feature film movie, graduate college, and then have that wife and kids, so I was really scared.
Jesse was diagnosed as having broken the sixth vertebra in his neck. He was told that he was a quadriplegic and that he would be paralysed and unlikely to ever walk again. He had no sensation below mid-chest and limited use of his arms and hands. From that day, Jesse's independent lifestyle was abruptly altered. He had to relearn everything, from brushing his teeth to feeding himself. He remains largely dependent on his helper, who's at his beck and call 24/7. Yet despite this level of reliance and the devastating physical consequences of the accident, Jesse has developed a positive outlook on life. His mantra that life goes on was the inspiration behind the name of his charitable foundation, Life Rolls On.
I think I've coped with my injury due to the fact that I still do the same things that I love to do, I still surf, I still travel, I still hang out with friends, I still go to concerts, still go to movies. It's a difficult life, man. It's different and difficult. It sucks to depend on other people, but I look at it like, man, if I can't change it, it's like, you can't beat them, join them, So I'm joining the world of quadriplegic and just trying to do the best I can.
One of the hardest things for Jesse to come to terms with since his accident has been his dependence on other people. His life changed at a time when he was just becoming independent. However, Jesse has been able to regain some of that independence. One of his sponsors has provided him with a specially modified car. With 20-inch rims, blacked-out windows and a rotating seat, Jesse's very happy with and in his ride.
The biggest word in my life is freedom, and where I get my freedom, one of the ways is through my car. Once I get put in, I could drive for hours all by myself, and that right there is the most beautiful feeling, just to be on the open road and listen to music and do my own thing.
The Californian also finds freedom in the water. Unwilling to accept that he'd never surf again, Jesse was determined to relearn from a lying position. Boards have been designed specifically for him to help him stay on for as long as possible. And he continues to travel the world looking for the perfect barrel, often surfing with the top names in the sport. Jesse has been able to raise the profile of the Life Rolls On Foundation by surfing at major events, including the US Open of Surfing and the California leg of the ASP World Tour. Such appearances have served to publicise the search for a cure to spinal cord injury and highlight the cause of disabled athletes across all sports. Jesse's foundation has joined forces with an organisation called They Will Surf Again, promoting events aimed at getting disabled people back in the water or in it for the first time. Run by volunteers, one of the events organised by They Will Surf Again and Life Rolls On takes place at Huntington Beach. 24 participants of varying levels of disability, aided by over 150 volunteers, are given the opportunity to surf. Benedict Jones, who was rendered a paraplegic at the age of 11, is one of those able to experience surfing for the first time in his life at this event.
Oh man, it's crazy. You know, it's hard to respect the power of the ocean unless you get in it like that. And it just, there's so many, just even that moment, it was thrilling, man. I mean, I caught a huge wave and just set right into it and rocketed. You know, felt like 100 miles an hour, and it was like an instant, but felt like lifetime, you know, and I just, man, I'm gonna remember that forever.
Jesse's experiences and projects have inspired many. He's also become one of the most sought-after people on the motivational speaking circuit, and there's been a documentary film made about his life called Jesse's Story. While Jesse's main hope is that increased publicity and funding will one day lead to a cure for spinal cord injury, there's no doubt that his story serves as an inspiration to all who hear it.
What I think I can offer to other people is hope of still moving on in your life if something negative or bad happens to you, whether it's a full paralysis or a bad day, you know, just to look at it like, you know, we all go through struggles, but there's so many beautiful things out there that you need to appreciate and be thankful for your friends and your family and being able to meet new people. Those are all gifts, you know, and I think people will realize that I'm doing everything I can to make people believe that.